Ever wonder why the Puri Sagu at Bangalore's legendary MTR hotel tastes so distinctively tasty? Today I'm showing you exactly how to recreate that authentic hotel style magic in your own kitchen. We are making fluffy golden puris that stay puffed up, paired with signature creamy vegetable sagu packed with veggies and that secret aromatic spice blend. I'll be sharing you all the pro tips from the exact dough consistency to the trick for the perfect sagu texture. Let's get started and let's see how this awesome MTR hotel style puri sagu is done. These are the ingredients required to make this vegetable sagu. If you want, take a screenshot of it. Look here, some onions chopped, tomatoes, some fresh green peas, carrots, and freshly grated coconut, and few chopped potatoes, chopped capsicum, and some kol. And for the spices, I have taken chili powder, turmeric, jeera, mustard seeds, some fennel seeds, kaju, and some whole spices, dhania powder, and some salt. And these are the ingredients, and the freshly grounded ginger garlic paste about a tablespoon, and required amount of oil for the deep fry of puris and for making the sagu. And here are the ingredients to how to make the perfect puris. For that I have taken nearly a whole cup full of whole wheat flour, nearly 1 cup, that 250 grams, and a 4 tablespoon of maida, and little 3 tablespoons of milk, and Chiroti rava 1 tablespoon, and required amount of salt. And let's see how to knead and make the puri dough. For that, in a platform, I'm going to add a cup of whole wheat flour. Just mix this wheat flour nice and good. Make a well in between, just like this. Make a well. To this we'll add the milk. Nearly 4 tablespoons of milk is enough for this. And we'll add the salt. And my secret thing is just add a 2 teaspoons of oil to this, which will give a nice crunchy texture to it. And we'll add the Chiroti rava and give it a nice mix. And we'll add a little bit of a water to adjust the thickness and the consistency of the dough. So from the middle, mix everything well, just as I'm showing you. You can add water if you want. By using your palm in this section, you need to knead the dough for a longer period. This is the technique how to knead the dough for puris, and make sure the dough should be tight. Now look, by doing this technique, you can knead the dough. Now look, the dough is perfectly done. You can see it's nice and soft, and make sure it's much tighter than the chapati dough. So now the dough is perfectly done, and I have kneaded it for nearly about 8 to 10 minutes. Now look, the dough looks perfect. Keep this in a pan or a plate, add a little bit of an oil, grease it everywhere, and allow this to rest for about a minimum of 30 minutes. And now let's see how to make this sagu. And for the special masala needs to be done. For that I have taken in a mixie jar, we'll add some freshly grated coconut. To this we'll add the whole spices. These spices consist of nearly 4 clove, 1 inch of a cinnamon, and 3 cardamom. We'll add everything into this mixer, and then we'll add the fennel, nearly 1 teaspoon, and then we'll add the kaju, that's the cashew nuts, nearly 10 number. And here comes the red chili powder, nearly a teaspoon, and a teaspoon of dhania powder. And we'll add 1 fistful of chopped onion, and we need to grind it to a fine paste. Now look, the masala is perfectly done. Look how golden and how beautiful this looks, and it should be this fine. Now the masala is ready. Let's keep this aside. Now in a pan we'll add nearly 3 tablespoons of oil. When the oil is hot, we'll add some mustard seeds and the jeera and allow this to crackle, and it will take anywhere between 30 seconds. At this time we'll add the onions, chopped onions, and saute until the onions get just the translucent color. That's it. It will take roughly between 1 minute or so. Now you can see the onions are just translucent. Now it's perfectly done. At this time we'll add freshly ground ginger garlic paste. That's very important. And then we'll add some turmeric. And now we'll saute for about a minute until the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste goes away. Now you can see the onions and ginger garlic paste is perfectly cooked. At this time we'll add some veggies, such as I'll add the carrots, and here comes the kol and the potatoes finely diced, and here is the main thing for the season, that's the fresh peas. And we'll add the salt and give it a nice mix and cook on a high flame for about 2 minutes in the oil. Now the veggies are perfectly done. At this time we'll add 2 tomatoes chopped and cook until the tomatoes are little bit soft. At this time we'll add nearly half a cup of water, give it a nice mix, and we need to close the lid and cook until the vegetables are perfectly cooked, and it will take anywhere between 10 minutes. And now after 10 minutes, just look at it. It seems that all the vegetables are perfectly cooked. Make sure the veggies should completely cooked. If we can test it, I'll just take a piece of a potato like this, and if we crush it in your hands now, it should get perfectly mushy. That's the indication that all the vegetables will get perfectly cooked. At this time, in the end, we'll add the chopped capsicum and we'll add the prepared masala paste. We'll add little bit of a water and adjust the water according to your consistency and give it a nice mix. Now close the lid and cook for about 5 minutes on a medium to low flame. Now let's see how to make this perfect puris. Here the dough is perfectly rested. Now it's perfectly done. I will take a small portion out of it and we'll make a small portions, little ball sized dough separately. First take a small portion of the wheat dough, and the secret here is to roll between your palms with a bit of pressure. You want a smooth firm ball with no cracks. If the ball is smooth, the air won't escape. When it hits the oil, if you see the cracks, just add tiny drops of oil to your hands and roll again until it's perfectly sleek. Now let's make it easy using the puri press. Place your smooth dough balls right into the center. Give it a gentle firm press. You don't need to use all the strength. You want a circle that is even in the thickness. If one side is thinner, other it won't puff evenly. The magic. Now look, the puri is perfectly done. This is where the transformation happens, the heat. Make sure the oil is very hot. Drop a tiny piece of a dough in it and pops up instantly. You are good to go. Gently slide your puris into the oil. As soon as it floats on the top, take your ladle and gently tap press the top of the puri into the oil. This lightly pressure is the magic. It forces steam inside to expand, making the puris balloon up instantly. Once it's fluffy, puffed up, flip it over. Now repeat this process again as I show you. As soon as it floats on the top, take your ladle, gently tap and press on the top of the puri into the oil. Now look, the puris are perfectly puffed up. Now let's see about the sagu. Now look, after 5 minutes the sagu is perfectly done. My god, it's smelling so amazing. The sagu is perfectly done. Now the sagu is also ready. Look, the veggies are perfectly cooked and everything is perfect now. And there you have it, authentic MTR style puri and sagu. Just look at the texture. It's the ultimate comfort food that brings a taste of Bengaluru right into your plate. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into classic recipes. Don't forget to let me know in the comments how yours turned out. Let me know in your comments what recipes you want to know more. We'll be back with another one. Till then, Deepak Kshatriya signing off, and Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka. Namaskara. Thanks for watching and happy cooking.